Beauvais Garcelle Beauvais ties Dorit's husband to home invasion. Is Beauvais star Garcelle Beauvais attempting to tie castmate Dorit Kemsley's husband to their 2021 home invasion? Garcelle has made it clear that she had questions about the validity of the invasion, yet now she is taking it a step further. Keep reading for more details. Garcelle Beauvais tying PK to home invasion. For some time now, Garcelle Beauvais and Dorit Kemsley have not gotten along. They have tried to work through things, but it seems they are always up against a wall. To make matters worse, Dorit was the victim of a home invasion in 2021. She and her children, Javier and Phoenix, just returned home from a wedding in London, while her husband PK stayed behind. Dorit was held at gunpoint and they took a massive amount of items, but did leave her cell phone at the gate. The robbers were never found, but Dorit suffered massive PTSD which impacted her marriage. At one reunion, Garcelle questioned Dorit and seemed to question the validity of the home invasion. Was Dorit staging it or did it really happen? This shocked Dorit, as she knew Garcelle was not on her side at the time, but it did not mean she had to downplay the burglary. Now things have worsened as Garcelle may be insinuating that Dorit's husband PK was tied to the home invasion. According to Mio, Garcelle is seen speaking with Sutton Strack about the home invasion. She notes that Dorit is likely innocent, but there could be another factor. This is allegedly a nod to PK, who was not home just yet and had stayed in London longer while Dorit and the kids flew home. So why would PK arrange a home invasion for his wife while his kids were there? They are constantly in a financial hole, so this could have been good for insurance purposes. Regardless of what anyone thinks happened or did not happen with the home invasion, PK Kemsley has fiercely defended his family. Dorit Kemsley was robbed of $10,000 while shopping not too long after and has not been the same since, though she has tried to work through the trauma. The mother of two is now trying to pick up the pieces as she and PK have called it quits. However, their home is in pre-foreclosure, so they have been accused of fabricating their marital woes for a storyline. Hopefully they can catch a break and just live a happy life, whatever that means to them. The usually sunny and opulent world of Beverly Hills was struck by a cloud of suspicion this week when Garcelle Beauvais dropped a bombshell during an explosive dinner party on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The ladies, known for their designer ensembles and cutting words, were gathered at Kyle Richards's sprawling estate for what was supposed to be a celebratory evening. But as is often the case with this group, secrets and accusations turned the event into a battleground, this time centered on Dorit Kemsley's husband PK. Garcelle, always the voice of reason yet unafraid to stir the pot when necessary, revealed a series of unsettling details that tied PK Kemsley to Dorit's traumatic home invasion last year. What began as a subtle remark soon unraveled into a night of gasps, denials, and shocked expressions. A chilling revelation. The evening started innocuously enough, with Kyle playing hostess and Erica Jane making a grand entrance in a shimmering black gown. Garcelle arrived with her trademark grace, but an unusually steely determination in her eyes. Lisa Rinna, sensing something was brewing, wasted no time in poking the bear. "Garcelle, you've got that look," she said, pointing a manicured finger. "Spill it, darling. What's going on?" Garcelle, seated next to Sutton Strack, took a deep breath. "You know, I wasn't going to say anything tonight, but I feel like we've been dancing around this long enough." All eyes were on her now. "Dorit, I've been doing some digging and there are connections that just don't add up." Dorit, visibly confused, leaned forward. "Connections? What are you talking about?" "PK," Garcelle said simply. The single syllable dropped like a bomb, leaving a palpable silence in its wake. Piecing together the puzzle, Garcelle began recounting the sequence of events surrounding the home invasion that had left Dorit and her children shaken. She reminded the group of the chilling details: masked men breaking into Dorit's home, holding her at gunpoint, and making off with millions in stolen goods. "I remember thinking at the time," Garcelle said, her voice steady, "who knew that Dorit would be home alone that night?" Kyle interjected, "Well, it was in the news that PK was out of town. Anyone could have known." Garcelle nodded. "True, but here's where it gets strange. I've heard rumors that PK had been in some financial trouble. Big trouble." And when I started asking questions, she trailed off, letting the weight of her words sink in. Lisa's eyes widened. Are you implying PK might have been involved? I'm saying there are red flags, Garcelle replied. For example, did you know PK took out a massive insurance policy on all the items that were stolen just a few weeks before the robbery? Dorit's face turned ashen. That's ridiculous, she stammered. PK and I have insurance for security purposes. That's not unusual. It's not just the insurance, Garcelle continued. I've also heard from reliable sources that one of the suspects caught on camera had a prior connection to PK, someone he worked with years ago. The group's reaction. The table erupted into a cacophony of voices. Sutton looked horrified. Oh my God, Garcelle, that's a serious accusation, and completely unfounded. Dorit snapped, her usual composed demeanor cracking. PK would never put our family at risk. How dare you suggest such a thing? Erica, who had been uncharacteristically quiet, leaned back in her chair, swirling her wine. Look, I'm not saying I believe it, but I've seen stranger things happen in Beverly Hills. Sometimes people get desperate. You're all out of your minds. Dorit shot back, her voice rising. PK is the victim here, just like I was. Whoever these sources are, they're lying. Kyle's intervention. Sensing the conversation spiraling out of control, Kyle tried to play mediator. Okay, let's take a step back. Garcelle, do you have actual proof, or is this just speculation? Garcelle hesitated. I don't have concrete proof, but the pieces are too coincidental to ignore. And if there's even a chance that PK is connected, don't you think Dorit deserves to know? I deserve not to have baseless accusations thrown at my family on national television, Dorit retorted, tears welling in her eyes. A rift forms. As the dinner wound down, the group was visibly fractured. Dorit left early, her face a mix of anger and devastation, while Lisa and Erica whispered conspiratorially in a corner. Kyle pulled Garcelle aside. You've really shaken things up tonight. Are you sure this was the right move? I didn't come here to attack Dorit, Garcelle said, but if there's even a chance that PK's involvement could explain what happened, I'd never forgive myself for staying silent. Dorit confronts PK. The next episode's preview promised even more drama as Dorit confronted PK about the allegations. In the teaser, Dorit's voice cracked as she demanded answers. Tell me the truth, PK. Were you involved? PK's response was cut off, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Fallout among friends. Back at Kyle's house, the remaining ladies dissected the night's events. Garcelle's brave, Sutton said, but this could destroy her friendship with Dorit. Erica smirked, or maybe it'll save Dorit from living in denial. Lisa chimed in. Either way, this is going to change everything. The truth unfolds. As the season progressed, Garcelle's claims continued to haunt the group. PK vehemently denied any wrongdoing, but whispers of doubt lingered. Dorit struggled to reconcile her loyalty to her husband with the mounting questions surrounding him. Meanwhile, Garcelle faced backlash but stood firm in her conviction. The drama reached its peak during the reunion, where host Andy Cohen grilled Garcelle, Dorit, and PK about the allegations. Everyone wants to know, Andy said, did PK have anything to do with the home invasion? The screen faded to black, leaving the audience desperate for answers and cementing the storyline as one of the most gripping in RHOBH history.